Okay, it looks like we are live, so welcome back. Today I'm going to be continuing to work on Kano. Alright, so... Chat is broken too. Okay, so today I'm gonna step away from the scripting language for a little bit and work on just fixing some bugs in the editor that I've noticed. Or at least trying to fix some of them. Some of them might not be able to be fixed, today at least. So, the main bugs, let's see, I have a few things. So it's sort of just some features I forgot to re-implement, right? So, if you press a number, say 50, and then, I don't know why it didn't show up, and then you press G, right? I want to jump to line 50, or to the last line if that's not a big. We had that before, but I forgot to re-implement it. So that shouldn't be too hard to do. Another thing is this issue that I actually created here, where, DD does not work with repeating numbers. So you can't do, like, D5D, like you would in 5DD. Yeah, you can see it, it doesn't quite work. Actually, it might, oh shoot, it deletes backwards. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, so that is something I need to fix. Okay, yeah, so obviously that's a bit of a problem. So there's a few things like that, right? Okay, so those are the main things. And then there's also, something I noticed. I'm not sure how to replicate it, though, so I need to figure that out. Where, sometimes, if I press undo, it will delete to the end of the file, like, from where I'm at to the end. And that's obviously not quite ideal. But yeah, again, I don't know how to quite replicate it. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to figure that out after I fix the other two things that I was talking about. So it should not be too hard. So let's run Kano. Alright, so this will be in the main IC. So yeah, and then we'll get back to the scripting language probably next time. Okay, so the first thing is with jumping, right? So let's search for G. Case G, okay. Actually, let me take a look at something. Okay. Sometimes it shows up there, and sometimes it does not. So I need to look into that. Alright, let's get this. So search for G. Okay, so G. So here we have the delete. So we just need to actually check the repeating number, and then the end will equal whatever that is. Is that right? Motion keys. Yeah. So I sort of merge it together so that it also deletes here. If this is the case. So what do we do here? Row equals that. Buffer cursor equals 0. So why do we get these here? If we use them down here. Let me try to figure this out. I don't remember exactly what I was doing here. So what is row? That's just to get the end. So this stuff, I think, can go just down here. I don't think it's relevant to this at all. So if I get rid of that entirely, and then save that, and I try to build it again, it should still work. Alright, so if I go like that, and I press G, there we go. So that is just, if you do DG, that didn't work at all. Yeah, what is that about? Okay, so I guess that's broken as well. Alright. But yeah, the main thing that I want to figure out is checking just if we could just set it directly to repeating count, right? Repeating count. And then also set state repeating count equals 0. You know. So like reset. Yeah, because it'll be 0. So I think that'll work actually. It's actually repeating, which I can get rid of that. That's how it is right now. Because of reasons. Alright, so now I do some stuff like this, and I do G, we jump back there. But if I do 4G, jump to line 2. What the heck? 4G. Oh shoot, we need to get the row. Yeah, okay, so row. Whoops, I didn't mean to actually do that. Let's see. So we get the row. Yeah, so we have to let's do index here, row. Right. Why do we have to do that? Oh, it has to get the end. So let's actually just do this, you know. So we get the row. I want to actually jump to the start of that row. Yeah, so we can get the row with state repeating count. And then we'll jump to buffer rows dot data row dot start. Okay, so then that should actually work. Really? Okay, so let's do this. G jumps back there, and then 5G jumps to 2. What? Why? Okay, so we jumped out of bounds. Obviously, you cannot do that. Let's do 4G. Why does that jump there? Mm-hmm. Jump to there. Let's not save. If you jump to the same place each time. Well, hang on. Feels like we're just jumping random. Maybe I should write the log, right? So then we can sort of see where you're at. So let's write log. Huh. Right. Write log. Let's output pose, and we'll just output the buffer cursor. You know, we'll see where we're at. So it's typing things out, and then 5G, 50G, 55G. All right, so that failed. Yeah. Why is it always 0? Also, it didn't output as many times as I would have expected it to. Maybe the index get row does not work. Okay. Stay repeating. So we set that to 0. Let's output what the repeating count is, you know? State repeating dot repeating count. And we can see what that says, you know? Let's pop out. And 5G, 5G, 5G. Okay, so, oh shoot. Ooh, so you can't use 0. I think that is actually an issue. That's not good. That assertion's failing. I know why that's happening. I will fix that. But yeah, so you can't put 0. I think that's because of how I'm reading the number actually. So I'll need to fix that. Yeah, I forgot to actually check that. But so yeah, I'm pretty sure those are something I can fix. But this should be working. I don't get why it's not. So row, maybe we could even output the row. Let's see what the row is. Dash B. Let's see what it says. So 3. So why is it 3? Maybe index get row is broken. I mean, it should not be. Because we use it in other places. So, like, you know? So this is the assertion that's failing. We should probably maybe say it so that, let's see. So it just sort of sets it to the count instead of just crashing, but I don't know, we'll see. Well, maybe we could even check it before we even call this, but I don't know. Yeah, that should still be working. So, I don't know. Okay, let me think. So, we could send it there. Buffer cursor. Alright, I'm gonna just break before this because I don't want this to be interfering. It shouldn't be because it should be breaking, but I just want to make sure. Font. I do not know what font is actually. I don't remember what I set it to. It's just whatever the default font was. Actually, maybe it wasn't the default one. I don't know. I set this system up like almost 2 years ago, so I don't remember what I set it to. I apologize. Okay, okay, this is not right. That's the row that we want to send it to. So we want to actually use the repeating count for the row. We do need to check that it is. Let's actually do this. So if state repeating count is greater than buffer rows dot count, then we'll just set it to dot repeating count equals buffer rows dot count. There we go. So we'll set that. Yeah, and then that should actually work. So that was the issue. Row unclear. Yes, we don't have a row now. So put buffer cursor, you know? Yeah, the way that was written before, we were trying to get the index, like, of an absolute position. And that was not what it was, so that's why it didn't work. That needs to be actually declared, so there we go. Alright, so let's try this again. So guys, and then 3G, jump to 4. G jumps there, 2. So jumps, shoot, because it's 0 indexed. So we need to actually do -1. But we can't do that if it's 0. So, yeah, because then it's going to underflow. It's going to be 0 by default. So that's not great. Right. So what I want to do for that, probably add another check like this. If it equals 0. Then we'll set it to 1. So then we do 3G, jump to 4 still. Oh shit, I must have just pressed 4 because it actually works. Okay, yeah. So then we can jump 3 lines like that, and then we need to do the same thing for capital G. Yes, 5, 0. And if you don't press anything, it's just 0 by default. So that's all good. Let's see. So you can go out of bounds. It's not working though. So if the repeating count, yeah, why did that not work? If I, yeah, I say 500, yeah, so you can't press 0 because it just executes the command. So I need to fix that. If I do 55G, oh yeah, so that does work. Okay, it's just that I'm pressing 0. So that's the thing. So I need to fix that because you can't press 0 because it's reading it as a command. So I need to make it so that doesn't matter. I can get rid of this now. So that works. And again, to work with this. How does it work exactly? So, buffer delete selection. Start. So start is 0. I want the start to be buffer cursor. Oh, so we need to do this row actually before anything else, or it's not gonna work. That's how we're doing that thing. We can calculate the end here, because that's the row before. Before you press anything, yeah. This isn't gonna work if you jump forward though. So I need to think about that. Like basically, if you go here, and then DG, that means everything. If I do D5G, it doesn't work. Okay. I'll think about that. Let me do like a this doesn't work with no jumps. I would like it to, but I don't want to fix it yet. Okay, let's get this to work now as well. So basically, it's gonna work in a similar way. It's the same, except we don't want to jump to. We don't want to jump to the last one. So let's see if. Yeah. So if the repeating count. State count is greater than 0, then we want to set buffer cursor equal to, let's see, I'm gonna do this. Buffer cursor equals buffer rows dot data state count minus 1. That's but we need to add these checks as well. Well, it's never going to equal 0. I'm going to equal 0, because if it is 0, shoot, actually, yeah, so if it's 0, then, yeah, you don't want to jump to 0 anyway, because 0 isn't technically a line number, right, it's 1. So yeah, if it's 0, then that means it's just nothing, so we get. Okay, so we don't need to check for equal 0, it's never going to equal that. And then this is just to make sure we don't jump out of bounds. So that should be fine. We need set equal to. Why I need to watch 30-second ads in Twitch? I don't know. Sometimes Twitch ads are kind of long. I apologize for that. Oh, but that's only when you join, right? It doesn't just run ads in the middle, right? It should not, because I had that disabled. Okay, 5G, that jumps to 5. 4G jumps to 5 as well. That's not good. Yeah, when you join. Yeah, but it doesn't in the middle, so it does not seem to work. G just always jumps to the end. Okay, so did I not do it right? Oh shoot, because then we said this. So let's do an analysis. And here we also want to set the repeat count, right? And it was looking good, thank you. It's coming along, it's coming along. There is a few issues, but we're getting there. Alright, let's see. So now 4G jumps to there. G, yeah, okay. G, yeah. So now you can jump to line numbers, which is quite important to have. So I need to get this working as well. This just have the same to-do message. Do this doesn't work. Jumps. Something else. If I have time, I'm gonna implement so that you can select like this and then press one of these. I don't know, they're like caret symbols or whatever, you know, one of those, to indent or unindent, because I would like to have that, because I do use that a lot, and it's kind of annoying not to have that. Yeah, so I'll work on that after I fix some of the other things. So this should be working out. I will commit that. See, I think, well, that wasn't for that. So, so that G would well, let's see, how do I want to jump to a specific one? Okay, yeah, so I need to get this working. I'll look into that. Something else, though, that is pretty important, that I just realized, is that you can't press 0 while doing repeating numbers. So you have to do like 10 or whatever. So let's see where we're reading that. I think it's is. Okay, now I cannot see that, and I don't know why. Excuse me. Yeah, there's no bottom bar here. Why is that happening? Huh. I don't know. And I don't know when it happened, because I wasn't paying attention to that. So I'm gonna pay attention and see if it happens again. So 0. Yes, we don't want to read it like that. Let's do something like this. So we'll wrap it, and then we'll have and state num. Is that what I want? State num not count. So that's 0 and that. All right, let me think. So if it is digit, and that's not less than 0, but equals 0. Basically, I want if the count is greater than 0. I don't want to say it. If the count is greater than 0, then that means this one doesn't matter, basically. Okay, let's see. Let me go back and just see if it works. I did not. So, I don't know why I can't see the number either. Yeah, so, that doesn't work. So, I think, how do I say it? So, really, I don't want this. I want that for the first one, right? Because if the first number is 0, then that means we're just executing the command. So, right. If he's digit, right, anything about it. Want to learn C and Rust? Why am I throwing so many stuff? I would probably start with C first. That's my opinion. And like get good with that, and then you can go on to Rust. Because there is some things in Rust that you won't necessarily, not necessarily understand, but like appreciate. Probably would, yeah. Yeah. Rust is good though, and C is also good. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I want to get better at Rust as well, because I'm not good enough. I want to try to make a web server in C. That is interesting. Mess around with that a little bit. Yeah. Not that into that kind of stuff, web stuff. Okay, so if is digit. So I'm trying to think how to express this. Basically, if the character is that, and yeah, and the ignore count is 0. Okay. So if it's let's say it's 0, right? But this, and this expression is false, so that's not what I want. I want not this. So like if it's not 0, no, if you put 0, right, then this is true. This is false, and so then this already becomes false, and this is false, and then it's not, right? I don't know why this is confusing. Alright, so if you put 0, that's already false. So that's not what I want. So if it equals 0, and this does not equal 0. So you put 0. Yeah. So I think that's what I want. No. Because then the other case is not going to be true. So if it is digit, actually maybe they should be separate, you know? So and it's not equal that. No, not separate. Or so if either of those are true. That's not what I want. Okay, let me just get rid of this entirely. Get rid of this condition. And then restructure. So in here, if h equals 0 and state num count equals 0, then you want to break. So that's sort of the condition I'm trying to express. Right, so if it's 0 and it's the first one, then we want to break. So I think that would work. It's not break. It is just, what is it? We don't really want to return. I want to just continue, but out of this. So really we can just do not. And do not this way. We're going to do an else. Yeah. So I'm just gonna do this for now. I'm not gonna keep it like that because I'm gonna move it into the main here. Okay, let's build it now. Now it'll work. So okay now. Let's apply type 50. No, it still doesn't work. Okay. Am I reading something wrong here? Is this not the right thing? State non count. No, it should be. Huh. Right, that. Let's see. Let me remove the while that currently exists. Yeah, so it doesn't execute that. But if I just press 0, it does, right? Yeah, it does. So try the Linux socket API. Yeah. That is that's what I used. That's sort of the standard way to do it, I think, in C, right? Okay. Okay, I know what's happening. So it is still reading, but it is jumping back as well. So I want to just I want to return it. Okay. I think that's what I need to do actually. There we go. Okay, so if I do something like, let me make a bunch of lines here. Okay, so if I try to jump to 10, then jumps to line 10. Okay, so now it actually reads it properly. So I can make this in here. So how do I do that? And not this. Do you use CMake? No, I've never used that at all. My projects don't really have. Yeah, heard is for making make files. Yeah, so it's a build tool for your build tool, right? If I understand it. But that's like if you have a ton of dependencies and it's all really complicated. None of my projects really have that, so I've never had the need to use that. So, and not that. Okay, so I think that is what I need for this. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, there we go. So now it works. Now it actually works properly. I don't know why I had a hard time with that. It was pretty straightforward. Anyway, so that works then. And that was kind of important. So that's something I can recommend. That was quite important, and it was big oversight. So that right. I also need to fix it. Doesn't actually print it properly. Try to fix it so that 0 can be used. Push that. Try to create an array-based stack. Working with dynamic size arrays is not easy. Well, it depends. You can do some stuff to make it easier. Like here, I can show actually. I have this macro, right? So DA append. And it's quite useful, right? So it checks a lot of stuff. So it asserts that it's not null, right? It says add array. But then it sort of just appends to an array dynamically, and it reallocates it and all that stuff. So if you have a dynamic array, then you just call it DA append, pass the pointer to the array there, array, and then the item that you want to append. So it can be anything because it's a macro, right? So it just fills it in. So like 55, right? If it's an integer array, and it makes it a lot easier to work with. There's some other things obviously that are not easy to work with, but that was something that was quite useful. Okay, so I got that working. Hang on. So let me see here. Yeah, let me try to get it so I can display. Actually, that's what I was. That is what I wanted to do. So. Okay. Just normal keys. Alright, so this is not working. I don't know why. So refresh the status bar. Is this too large? Yeah, why doesn't it show up? Status bar. 0. I don't know if it was a great idea, but what I tried is instead of putting all the memory of the 255 stack capacity, I tried to reallocate using reallocate to change size. Yeah. Yeah. That is typically what you would do, right? If you overflow the capacity, then you reallocate. Usually you'll reallocate something like double the capacity, so you don't have to reallocate every time. But yeah, that's how all the dynamic arrays I use in here work as well. I think what I need to do actually is which way it goes. Wait, no, not count. I do that the wrong way. I might have. I think I did. It doesn't show up though. Why? It was before. I don't know what happened. Oh shoot. Now I can see it, but it actually broke. Whoops, my bad. Sometimes that happens. Yeah. If you type too large of a number, it still doesn't show up though. Showed up for a second though. Shoot, this one died too. Okay. There we go. So let's see. It's because we're trying to do it twice actually. Wait, I don't think I need this one. Because we're putting it out in here. That should be good enough. Size. I forget, I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. So yeah, the dot goes first. That was correct. Okay. Right. Yeah, so I think what the issue is actually in the main function, where I am printing it all. Which I do need to clean this up. I need to move render into a separate function and things like that. But I think I'm not printing it in here. And that could be where the issue is. So let's try doing that. State.status bar 0 and then name state.name column minus 10. That's what I was using. Let's do that. And we'll print out. So we need int of state num.count. State num. Data. Okay, something like that. And that should be that. Yeah, it's dot. Dot, not arrow. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so then it actually shows up. So I don't think I actually need it in the no, handle normal, that's what it is. Normal. Yes, I don't need this one. I don't think I need this either. Because that will append and it will return and it will instantly print it out, so it should be fine. 55, there we go. So now I can actually see it. See the number that is being input. Okay. I've seen a lot of CDEVs that don't use LSP. Yes. Okay. So that's fine then. So now it shows up, and that is in the element, so it's select reading and shows it. Okay. Yeah, so now I'm gonna work on this. So DD doesn't work. So if you do only use Clang D for C, I did not like Clang format. What is Clang D? Clang D, I have not heard of that. Is it an LSP thing? That would make sense based on what we're talking about. Understands your C++ code and its smart features. Okay, I see. Alright. Yeah, I haven't heard of that one. I don't know anything about LSP stuff, so. Okay. So what is wrong with Clang format? Mainly to see compiler errors. Yeah, that is useful. Panda X23 followed. Thank you. Appreciate that. Very cool. Okay. So, yeah. So DD, right now it doesn't work. I showed it at the beginning, right? I showed it again. Basically, if you have something like this, it actually deletes backwards. So if I do like 3D, the 3DD, it will delete 3 lines, but it deletes them backwards. That wasn't a very good example. Let me do it like this. So the 3DD, it deletes backwards, as you can see there. Which I would expect it to delete forwards, you know? So I think there's a few different ways that this could be caused, right? That's not where I want. Yeah, so here, so basically I think I need to set, I think that has to do with the way I'm handling it. If I do it here, it moves this backwards. I would actually, I think I would expect it to move, move to the next line, right? Yeah, like that. Like how it works in there. So I want it to work like that. Are you making a text editor? Yes, indeed. Yes, I'm making a text editor. It's called Kano. Or Kano, if that's how you want to pronounce it, doesn't matter. So there's a few different things. It is a modal terminal-based text editor, similar to Vim. Right. So you have a few different modes. So the default mode is normal. And that's where you move around. You can press I, then enter insert mode, and that's where you can type stuff out, as you would expect. And then in normal mode, you can do different stuff, different commands, like DD, deletes a line, things like that. You can go into visual mode, and you can select text, and you can delete it. That's really the main thing that you do. You can also you can copy it and things like that. Yes, and there's also a command system. It's very basic right now. There's a few different things you can do, which are documented here. So here's all the keybinds. This is the search function. Yeah, so you can set the output file. You can echo. This just echoes like a string. So like hello, and then it says hello. Yeah. You can write an exit. I don't know why I put quitting there. It should be exit. You can set a variable. So this is like a config variable. So like, say you want the tabs to indent by more than 4 spaces or less or whatever. So you can do set var indent, and you can make it whatever you want. So say you want it to be not 100. I'm not gonna do that. That's gonna break stuff. Say you want it to be 15 for whatever reason, and then you press tab, and it indents by 15 instead of 4. Things like that. And you can also create variables. You can map keys to a set of keys. So if you don't want DD, you want it to be minus instead. You could do set map minus, and then you have to do it in a string, DD. Press enter. And now that should not work. Okay, I guess that is broken. I'll need to look into that. I don't know why. It was working yesterday. Maybe the minus somewhere. Hang on. Okay, yeah, so it was the minus. So you can press T then, and it will do that. So the minus did not work. I don't know why. I'll look into that. And you can execute a shell command. And that's pretty much the main thing. There's also, like, syntax files, things like that. But yeah, that is the main thing. Main thing of stuff. Yeah, that's how it works. And right now, I'm working on just fixing some things up, some issues with it. Yes. Okay, this is not what I want. Yeah, so I want here. So, press D. I want it to set you to the next line instead of the previous line. So, the way to do that, let's see. I want to set, equals buffer rows. Is that right? Using any libraries or PUC? Alright, so what I'm using right now, in terms of libraries, there is some. So basically we have ncurses, and then, you know, we link with match as well. That's sort of the here. So ncurses really is the only library. Yes, I know, tmux, yes, I know. Yes. I'm just lazy. Yes, really the only library is ncurses, and then there's also a few things I made myself. Like this view.h, that's just a header-only library that I made. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, the only really dependency, external one, is and cursive. And that's just for handling the TUI stuff, because the boilerplate and stuff is kind of annoying in pure C. Yes. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so I want to set buffer cursor equals buffer rows.data buffer not buffer, but instead I want to set it to the next row. Can I do row? I had Tmux installed. I do have it installed, yes. I just have not learned like the keybinds to do stuff and everything. When I have time, I will. What? Stop. Can I do that? Okay, let's see that. There we go. So I don't really want to set it there, though. I wanted to not go to the start, but instead the same place in that row where it was at before. So maybe I could save the offset, right? Yeah, like in bin, for example. You do stuff like this. I don't know why it's very loud. And you do ed. You'll move to the same position in the row, not to the start of the row, you know? So that is sort of what I wanted to do. So I could save the offset between the cursor, like the original cursor. So let's do the offset equals current.start minus buffer cursor. Right. And then we can set start plus offset. I think that would do it. I might go out of bounds though, so I need to handle that. But I'll do something like that. Indeed. That is not good. Ooh. Actually, we might have to do buffer cursor minus current.start. That makes sense actually. Yeah. So we actually underflowed it, and that's why it was this number. That is a thing that happened. Okay. I did it the wrong way. There we go. So then it saves the position. I didn't leave the first row though. I don't know why. It also went out of bounds. So we do have to check some methods. Printf is the best available. Yes. Alright, so that is mostly what I want. Okay, and then if I do, I need to fix the few problems that there was. But if I do 3dd, there we go. Now it actually deletes it properly. So that is all that I want. But we need to check this. So if to position equals buffer rows.data row plus offset. So if that is if that's greater than the row, well, can you just do this, right? And then mod it by buffer rows.data row.name. So it won't be greater than that. Wait, can I return int or null? Why would I want it? I don't. Okay. What did you mean though? Like I don't get what you meant. Can you return int or null? Like what did that even mean? Like from what? I don't understand. Oh yeah, then we need to use this pose variable. That's not to there. Pose. Alright, so now that didn't work. That did not work. Okay. Yeah, because then actually that is not what I want. I want to add the start to that, right? I should have made this a variable. I wanted to return a number or null if it fails. Yeah, usually we just return 0 in that case. Only if you're returning a pointer you can return it. Okay. That is not right. Excuse me. Okay, so that's not exactly what I want. Do buffer. Let's get the current row. Buffer rows dot data, right, and then we can do current dot stuff, right. So it'd be set to that, which isn't exactly what we want. So first of all, actually, we need to check. So if row, let's see, if row is greater than buffer rows dot count, then row equals buffer rows dot count. Yeah, so if it's greater than that, then we'll just set it to that. And that way, you know, if you go out of bounds, it'll just be the last row that it'll be set to. I think that makes sense. Okay, so that handles that. And then we have this. Let's see, this is not working. Unused variable offset. Okay, that's fine. Current, yeah, we can just do that. Okay, offset is not used, that's fine. So let's do that. Okay. Yeah, let's go back to the current. That does go out of bounds still. So what does that happen? Cursor 25. Right. So it's trying to shouldn't. Does it need to be -1? Whoops. Okay, there we go. It might have to be -1. I don't remember exactly how it's stored. Yeah, there we go. So that's better. So it goes back like that. Okay, yes, we don't want that. We still want the offset. But the offset could then send us out of bounds. So we need to handle that. So let's see. That works. Yeah. Then maybe just flip a sec. Then let's try deleting multiple. So let's 3D, and that works. Okay, so that does not work yet. We try to delete too many. Yeah. So yeah, because it's trying to send us there. Okay, but on the 0th one, and I do 33D, then it works. But if we're in the middle of the line, it will not work. So, maybe we should change how this assertion works, and just set it to that one. Let's see. 327. I can't actually jump there yet because I did not update to the newest one. So let me just scroll up like this. 327. Right, so like this. Should it just be if buffer cursor is less than or equal to buffer data dot count? If it's greater than that, then buffer cursor equals buffer data dot count. Is that a good idea? But it's read only because it's comments. Yeah. So, I don't know that we want to reassign it. That might not be a good idea. And that fixes that. Okay. Right, but that's not even what I want actually. Yeah, I'm gonna change stack. Const. So I think, yeah, I think we need to just fix the real issue. So we don't actually want to delete back. So I did not consider that. Right. Like if we reach the end of the line, we only want to go forward. We don't want to delete previous ones, right? Is that I want it to look like how it doesn't rate. And I'm pretty sure that's how it is. So if I do like 33D, it doesn't delete any previous line. So we need to make it so that will happen. So how do I do that? We don't use the repeating count here, so I think we just call it over and over again, right? That way we can't go out of bounds. So fix that bug. Huh. So why is that not fixed? Okay, because we get the row here. We don't update it till here. So why is that? Is that the case? Because we call this. That should be fine. Right. What's that? It's 7. Huh. Alright, so let me think. I'm not sure exactly how I want to handle that. Like, if we want to delete only forward, then we need to look at the starting row and do stuff. So I feel like we should do this in a loop instead of how we're calling it now. So let's do that. It was let's see if we can do state if we can. That's fine. So I think we can do that. Okay. Okay, and then we want to set state if we equals it at the end. Then we'll iterate over that amount. And alright, so we want to actually get the first row. Right, and so let's do this, right? So repeat equals state. That's not we're gonna start down. Or we'll start down a sec. But what we want to do is if repeat is greater than the current row, right? So we want to take the buffer rows dot count minus that. So it's greater than that. And we want to set repeat equal to this number. So we'll only repeat by that amount. Okay. And then we want to do the repeat here. Right. So if it's greater, right? If not repeating, it's greater than the difference between those two. So like if you are on line 5 and there's 8 lines, then it's like 3, right? So it'll be set to 3, and that's how many times we will repeat. Let's get that even. What the heck? Tried to open a file. Why did it do that? What? Okay. I don't know why that happened. Alright, let's try BBD. Okay, and that did not work at all. So BB is 1 to BB. It does it backwards. BB. It's one too many times. So alright. Why does it do that? Yeah. Yeah, it deletes 3. It starts at 0. Right. So we want to do this. But if it's 0, we don't want to do that. It's 0 and repeat. I thought I put repeat, but I did not. Okay. Let's see. Okay, backwards. There we go. So that is exactly what I wanted, actually. Now it only leads to the end, like what is after you, right? And also it maintains your position. There we go. Okay. And there we go. So now we don't get any errors or anything like that. And it's handled much better. Okay, I'm happy with that. So let's go ahead and commit this, right? Let's see. So I want to actually close the issue. So I did create an issue for this. Close number 41. Now the can be repeated. Can be repeated in a couple of other bugs. Fixed. Okay, push that. Very much cool. So, okay, yeah. So I think I'm gonna actually update to this most recent version. So let me just install it really quick on my second screen. It has to compile. Hang on. So it is installing my system, and then I can actually use that because there's a few things. Okay, see, this disappeared again, but I don't know when that happened. The like the taskbar thing. And I don't know why or when that happened. Okay, that's done now. So let me okay, yeah, so now I can do like 32DD and it will do that. Okay, very cool. That's what I want. Something I would like to have as well. I'm not gonna do this now, but I just thought of it. Well, I mean, I've thought of it before, but I just remembered it. Where basically, periodically, it will save the file, like to like a temp file or whatever, and then that way you could recover it if it closes or whatever. That is definitely something that I should do at some point, and it won't even be that hard. Okay, so got that working. That is good. That is not good. What? I don't know why that happened. Shoot. Okay, if you put an invalid command, it does that. Okay. Ooh. Let me open it here. Okay. Okay, so maybe that shouldn't be unusual, and we should just we should return something else. Okay. I don't know what this expects to return. Let me see. Can we return anything? It's void. Alright, we can just return them. Something I need to do is make a better error logging system for this, because it does not work right now. Or it's not really good right now, but yeah. Okay, so now actually if I do an invalid command, it does not do that. It should report an error, but it doesn't right now. Okay, that was kind of a problem. So let me make that actually. So that okay, yeah, so now I'm gonna update that one because that could get annoying. If I accidentally type something and then I lose all the progress and stuff. Would not be good. It's not gonna take very long though. It's almost done. Okay, there we go. Okay. Let's try that again. So, yes, what was I doing? Yeah, so I don't remember why, or I have not figured out yet why it will sometimes, on undo, like delete the entire file. You know? I think it's something to do with DW, right? Delete word, but I don't know why yet. Also, it doesn't quite work, so like it will delete that as well, and that's not ideal. So I'm gonna look into that. Yeah, I'm not sure why that happened. So let's see. So here, why did this happen? Let's see. This is kind of nasty looking. What the heck? Let's see. So buffer cursor is less than that. Or is space. Well, it is word. Or the next one is a space. Okay. Yeah, I think I need to revise how this works. Again. Yet again. See, this can go here, like that. There we go. Yeah. So sometimes it deletes the semicolon, right? It also doesn't delete these. That's not ideal. Like I would expect it to delete that, but it does not. It's not that big of a deal, but it only deletes like on actual characters. I can't delete this or anything like that. So that is a thing. I'd like to figure out why that why that happens as well. Not that, but specifically the thing where sometimes I can press undo, right? And it deletes from the current cursor position all the way to the end of the file. But I've not been able to replicate it. It just happens sometimes, and I don't know why. Oh shoot, now I think I just crashed it. Okay, so it just happened, but that was with redo. Huh. Okay, yeah, that is not good. I don't know why, like it selected the whole file. Okay, so that just happened. I was trying to redo stuff, and that happened. I don't know why. So let me modify. Let's go to where we press undo. Maybe we should write, excuse me. We should write the positions. Let's see, what would be useful information here? Probably the current type. We can just output the type, right? So let's, type. We'll just print it as an integer, and then we can figure out what it is. Type. And then maybe we'll put, right, start as well. So, undo.start. And I think we can get the undo.count, right? Undo.data.count. Alright, just to sort of see everything I can. Let me open that back up. I did not close that. Let's compile that. Too many arguments. So I missed something out. With this. Yes, I did not provide these. So let's do start instead. Count is that. There we go. Okay, that still doesn't work. What? Uh-huh. Now it works. Okay, just didn't say properly. So let's see. Let me try to actually open the source, main.c, and try to replicate that. So delete that. Okay, I think it has to do with deleting multiple, undoing it, and then redoing it. Okay, so that just happened. Let's look. But that was only in the undo. Ooh, this type. Oh, that's not the type. This is other stuff. I think 784. Yeah, it's not here. Alright, it's this log here. So, oh shoot, that's not good. Oh shoot, we're getting some nasty data here. Undo start. Undo and is 0. Yeah, why is the start this? Was that the whole time? Oh shoot. That's a large number because it's a large file. Okay. I'm just half stupid. Okay. Why is the n? Yeah, the n can be 0. That's fine. Because we don't actually use that here, do we? Yeah, we don't. So it's 0 because it doesn't exist yet. What is this n win about? Okay, that's the data. Uh-huh. Perhaps we should add the same print here as well, though. You know. So we can see that as well. Because that's where it was actually happening, right? It was with this one. Something froze. Shoot. What the heck? Let's try that again. Yeah, actually, if I press... Okay. There we go. I got here. Let's take this and let's add it to the redo part as well. And let's see. So let's open the source file again. Let's redo, undo, redo, and that deletes the whole thing. So why did that happen? Not long. So let's see. So we have this one's the redo, the higher number, and this one is the undo. So type is 0. So what is the 0 type? That is type none. It's interesting. Start is that. So why would it? I think that's type none. Hang on, let me look at. Let's look at the deaths, right? And yeah, none is 0. So that's what it was. It was 0. Start is that. So when the type is none, it tries to do stuff. Do weird stuff. Hang on. Shoot, is it because we do this? Is it something to do with that? Trying to push it if the type is none. So maybe we should even return if the type is none. Does this expect something to be returned? No, it's void. I think we can return them. Let's see. No, so it still happens. So that's not the issue. It's weird that it's type none though. So why is that the case? Undo. Oh shoot, because we don't set the. Oh shoot, because we want redo. Yeah, okay, that's why it's done. Okay, there we go. So that should give us more insight, right? Source may not see. Okay, so that's why it was 0. Because it was 0 initialized, and you're looking at the wrong thing. Logs, okay, not log. Okay, type 3. So that would be 0, 1, 2, 3. I think this one. Delete multiple characters. That actually makes sense. And the start is there. So we should probably add something here to figure out. Oh shoot! It's because we're using redo and. Right, like when we insert characters, we do it based on the count. What is the redo.end? Let's try to print that out. Starting in. To take a look at that, and maybe try to figure out why it's getting set to that. You know? And I figure out how to replicate it, at least sometimes. All right, let's look at this. So start is that, and end is that. So 868, right? Let's run this, right? And I don't know if that's where this is, right? Let's do that. Undo. Yeah, so that's a larger amount. So there could be something wrong with the loop itself. New character. Equals redo.end. Yes, we set the undo, the current undo. Maybe we should do print the current character, you know? Log. Current character is that. And this is gonna print a lot of things, but then we'll be able to get an idea, right? So buffer data dot data. What do we want to get here? So we want the current one. So let's let's look at the buffer cursor, right? We can see what we're looking at. So let's try that. Source may not see. Undo, redo. Okay, current character is just empty. Why is there so many empty ones? Let me open this with right? And we can see it. This is a pretty large file. Why did it output so many? Maybe I should leave logs. So is it trying to delete a lot of characters? There could be a greater issue. Because like, why would it be 10,000 lines long? It shouldn't be that long. Yeah. Okay. That's not good. So redo.end is getting set to something very, very much like it. Redo end is this redo.end. Let's see what that outputs. And let me open it again. Bonds camera login. Is it? Yeah, it's 10,000 again. From that one thing. It should not be anywhere near that. So that is interesting. That kind of didn't happen. Okay, there, no, it did. Redo n is that 54006. So hang on, are we I equals 0? Oh shoot. We don't want this. That is not right. I want it to be I equals redo dot start, right? Yeah, we don't want to start at 0. Okay, that seems to have actually fixed it eventually. Yeah, okay, I think that was the issue. Okay. Where is your Debian MacBook? I have it. Well, I have it in my backpack actually because I take it to school, but it's right over there. I don't use it very much. Okay, is there anywhere else? We start at 0 here. Do we want to though? Yes, we want to start at 0 there. Well, hang on. Yeah, that is fine. So this one is fine. Do we start at 0 here as well? Delete multiple. Yeah. So this I think is where the issue comes in at. We want this when you got start, right? So delete multiple characters. Yeah, I think so. macOS is very nice for video recording stuff. Perhaps I've not done anything like that on macOS. Also, on that computer, when I installed the Debian, I accidentally messed up the macOS installation, so I'm gonna need to reinstall it to get it to work. So like right now, there's no macOS on it. Well, there is, but it doesn't work. Is what I mean. Okay, I'm pretty sure I fixed the issue. So it was with yeah. So I think it must have been when I was doing that, right? And then trying to undo a copy. Right, so if I let me save this, open it back up, copy something like that, and then undo it. And then that's when it happened. Okay. That makes a lot of sense actually. Yeah, so we're trying to delete okay. That's actually a pretty big thing. So yeah, I was trying to delete multiple characters, right? And it was starting at 0, and then going to the cursor position. So that's why that happened. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that was the issue, right? So I'm pretty sure I can commit this then. Let's see, so that undo does not delete the entire file anymore. I only did it sometimes. So when you were copying and pasting something, right, with undo, or if you were redoing stuff, it was pretty common. So yeah, that is cool. That is a good change. Yeah, so now I can actually undo properly, and I feel more comfortable about it now. I'm going to install that one now as well. Yes, the newest version, the updated one, with that bug fix, because I would like to use that. Almost done. Okay, I got it. So now, yeah, now we should have that one. So I should be able to do that, undo, and it works fine. Okay, very nice. That is good. That was a big thing. So now, now I'm gonna look at what was the other thing that I wanted. There was something I was talking about towards the start. Yes. Okay. So it was like these. So in visual mode, if you press either of these, it will indent that line, right? So let's do handle visual keys. Okay. So let's do case, not y. But case, we'll start with this one, right? Or we'll start with this one. Like actually indent. Great. Okay. Something else. If you're at the end of the line, you press A, it goes to the next line. I don't want that. We like to fix that. Okay, so I don't need that. So what do we need to do? Basically, we need to, let's just assume there's not multiple selected, right? And let's, well, hang on. I'm gonna get the current line, go to the start, and then indent it. But not change the cursor. So how do I want to do that? I have something for anything. Not new line index, because that's not what I want. Right, so when I press tab, right, we have key tab. Please do this. Okay. That's fine. Visual. Let me actually copy this. Visual keys. There we go. So let's put this in here because we're gonna use that for sure. Yo. Alright. So let's set buffer cursor. Let's actually save that. So set the position. What's that? And we're gonna want to plus in there. So that is gonna be what we reset it to, right? Okay. At the end, we'll set buffer cursor equals position. So after we insert these, then we'll set buffer cursor equals. Let's actually get the row first. Row. Buffer get row. So we'll grab that buffer, and then we'll set buffer cursor equals buffer rows dot data dot start. We'll set to that. We'll indent it, and then we'll set the cursor to that. Let's try that. Okay, so do this, and then in visual mode, press that, and that worked. It does not work with multiple though. Just goes in the current at the current cursor position. So we're gonna need to do some sort of loop to get it to work with that. So how do I want to do that? Let's see. Okay, so we need the start and end. Let's actually grab this because I think we need the same thing. Okay, so start. Yes, that just is checking that. So we have the start and end. So we need to loop over each row in there and do this basically for each row. How do I want to do that? All right, let's we can get the current row. Well, hey, let's actually loop. So let's start. All I is less than 10. That's fine. We do that, and then we'll do if buffer get row. It's not equal row. Then we want to set row equals buffer get row, and we need to actually have this like that. So we set row, and let's actually define row here. Equals index. Yeah, so that's what we want. Buffer and sorry. Yeah, so let's use index here now. Because that gets it from an index. Alright, okay, so we set row equal to that, and then we're gonna indent it like this. I'll make a function for this as well. Because I do repeat it a few times. Okay, so we can do that. Yeah, so that's only if it's different. And then we end the loop. Well, that iteration. So we insert it. Well, first of all, we need to actually set buffer cursor equals buffer rows data row. Oops. Sorry. Okay, like that. We can get rid of this, and at the end we set it to the position. All right, let's see how that looks. So type this out, right? So let's do visual mode, indent, and it failed. Okay. And that failed. Start and end were the same. That almost worked. Okay. Okay. It doesn't work with the start. Oh shoot, because we set it to this. So let's yeah, that's not gonna work exactly. Yeah, because this first one it doesn't work out. So we need to think we can set row to 0. No, because that's going to be the same problem. So what do we want to do? Well, you know what? We could actually do, get row. Well, no, we can't do that either. So what do we need row to be defined though. That's kind of important. It needs to be something different. The first time we need to do it. I don't want to like repeat it. So let me. Whoops! I bumped the table. Sorry about that. Not the table, the desk. That's why it doesn't do it on the first one. That makes sense, actually. Yeah, we can't just set it to 0 either. Row equals 0. That's not going to work either, though. Because then it's going to iterate too many times. Not equals. Yeah, you can see it into way too many times. Because then that's always true on the 0th one. So that's not exactly what I want either. So how can I do that? Basically jump to the different rows. Well, you know what? Right. Hang on. If we iterate over the rows, right? So, I can 0. Let's actually start with row. Let's get row. Buffer start. Right, so we start with the current row. What is less than buffer rows 10. We'll iterate over it. And then we get if actually we could even iterate to the index get row buffer n. We could do less than equal to, right? Do that. And then don't check this. And then it's just gonna iterate through the rows, you know? Do that. There we go. Okay. And then we have the I, and that is the current row. Right, so we set it equal to the start of the row, and we do that. So I think that will actually work. So we're doing over the rows instead of the absolute positions. Right. There we go. So that looks good. And that one works as well. I wanted to exit, like set the mode equal to 1, right? And then set 1. Okay, probably would like a way to undo it as well. But I worry about that a bit later. Alright, so that works. That works. And we can do that. Okay, so now we can pretty easily undo that as well, right? So case undo that. So it's going to be similar to this. Let's grab all that. And let's see. Okay, so it's not going to be exactly the same. Because if it is not a space at the beginning, then we don't want to delete it, right? Basically, we want to go to the beginning of it. And then if, do that. And then if buffer, we need to get the current position. You know what we can do? We can actually look at the start of the row, right? Buffer row, data I, that's fine. We actually get buffer data, that, right? So we get that. That'll be the position. If that is space, then we want to delete it. Then we can buffer delete character, buffer, and don't find anything else. Delete it. And the position, is going to be the cursor minus, and But that could go out of bounds. We need to be careful with that. So I will think about that. So let's just save the original buffer cursor, and then not in it. We can't call it that. This can be the offset. Sure. And then we just iterate it here, right? And then we'll set it to position minus offset. So we will need to still check stuff, but yeah. Okay, so we should be able to do that pretty much, and that should do it. Buffer we care. That means a state as well. Okay. So let's do that, and then do that, and that failed. Okay. Insertion failed. Okay, I think it's with this, right? Let's not change the buffer cursor. Let's see what happens. Okay, that did not work at all. So let's see. We're deleting the character. Yeah. Well, no. Hang on. We need to recalculate the rows, right? Calculate the rows. That's not what it is, right? Is that what it's called? I think it's just calculate the rows. That's the one. Okay. So that will reconfigure them, right? There we go. That's closer. Still not quite right. Do it quite enough times. And that failed. Okay. That's interesting. Why did it fail? That did not quite work. Okay. Buffer delete character. Yeah, so we need to actually do we need to set the cursor again? We can just actually get the buffer cursor here. We don't have to do all this. Cursor. So if the cursor is that, we want to do that failed. It's really failed because it's the last one. Yeah, it does indeed. So it goes to the next one. Why does that happen? Because we do this less than equal. You just have to do less than. And it breaks. Okay. So, let's see. If we do it on the last row, we go too far. Well, only if we're at the end, though. It tries to jump forward one too far. So why does it do that? Let's do if buffer cursor greater than buffer rows dot count. Set buffer cursor equals buffer rows dot count. That doesn't work. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so this why is it moves back here? What? Greater than not rows that count, but data dot count. That's my bad. Or data dot count. There we go. Yeah, because the rows is the number of rows, and that's not right. Okay. I see. Do that. That's still failed. That still goes to the next one. Goes to the start of the next row. So that's the issue. So maybe if a row is greater than buffer rows dot count, then just break. there, but then that still fails. Mm. Let's see. How could we not go to that starter node? Goes well, right? I don't want to do that. So let's say this is 0, right? And the n is also 0. Then, yeah, then it goes once. We said that. So maybe I should output it that easy. Let's see. Then that fails. Right. Yeah, so it's failing here. When we call buffer recalculate rows, right? Why does that happen though? I don't think this is right. Okay, try that. So buffer data data. Still fails. It's failing from this recalculate rows thing. Not good. This doesn't really help. So let's see. Let me perhaps right long. Let's just output the cursor, right? The cursor. Let's see what it is. Move logs. Move the current ones. And let's see. So let's do that. And then do that. Cursor is 13. That wasn't very helpful. Let's output the current row as well. Whoops. Row. Not really the row, but the 5, right? Let's go and check it. If I is greater than buffer rows.count, then we want to break. That's what I meant to check. Now I'm checking row, but that is something different. So let's fix that. We'll need to check the logs. Let's see. So row is 1. So that's the first one, right? Well, it's the second one, really, because it's 0 index in this case. Right. So that's that one. So why does it, why does this fail? 338, right? Yeah, this one. Index get row. Where are we calling that from? Are we calling that in there? Hello again. How you doing, Alvaz? How's everything going, by the way? I did not ask earlier. We are calling it there. So maybe I actually want to save that, you know? Because we don't call it anywhere else, right? I don't think so. So let's save any row. Installing Arch again, nice, nice. On your main computer, like replacing Windows, or like what's the deal? row. Let's put that here actually. Why is listener equal to end row on your other computer? Okay. Okay. Just vanilla art. Okay, there we go. Yes, that was the issue. It was just recalculating. Okay, so now you seem to be able to. That is not good. I know why that happened. That's because of the offset thing. So can't really set it like that. We don't set this at all. Also, I is not working. That's not good. Capital I should go to the beginning. Anyway, I'll fix that. Running PopOS, but it is so bad that PopOS runs well, but not perfect. Yeah. Well, it has some bloat and stuff, right? PopOS. Shoot, what? There we go. Okay. Yeah, so maybe I'm just gonna have to deal with that, you know? That did not work. What? Shoot. Why does that not work? The end is not right. Shoot, because it changes, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Well, it's showing. I equals row. Okay. I don't really need to check this, do we? Yeah. So if it's there, well, no, it's looking fine. Okay, I don't know what the deal is then. Yeah, then it's not. It's not selected far enough into it, basically. Because of how much it indents it, I suppose. So let's see, how can I fix that? Maybe we need to call this like at the end though. For calculate rows. Put it here. Oh shoot, because we don't call it up here either. So I want to actually buffer. Buffer. Okay, let's try that. No, so it doesn't work. So yeah, far enough. So it has to be more than 4 characters, I guess, probably. Yeah. Well. Okay, now it just works. But that's because it's actually far enough. That's why. Let's see, 4. And then if I do this and I go 5, then it works? No. Right. Seems like just random at this point. Calculate rows, and then we get that. Well, the issue is we're not inserting it all at once, right? So we kind of need to recalculate the end afterward. But that shouldn't change since we're doing the rows. Like, based on rows, it should be fine. Let's see. Yeah, this one actually works fine now. Okay, so I think the issue, let's actually try this. So since the end row equals index get row, upper and then put that in here, you know? Because it is different. So that's actually going to be y, right? End row. So I think that'll actually fix it. Let's go here. Do that. There we go. Now it actually works. So that is good. That looks good to me. Okay. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna just get rid of that for now. I'll come back to it though. So I think we can create an undo. So let's create it here, you know. Create undo. This is gonna be delete chars. Start. Okay, start. And the end is gonna be different though, isn't it? Let me just try that. So create undo. And then undo push. But we don't delete selection or insert selection here, so I don't know how that works exactly. I don't remember. Undo push. State. 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 Current undo. Set the current undo. Let me look at that actually. Dev.h. So let's look at create undo. Actually, maybe I don't define it here. Where do I define it? That H? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we do set it there. So that is a thing. Variable position. Yeah, it's just delete char. Okay, let's see. If I do this, then I indent it, and I undo. It does one. And that's it. Let's look at buffer insert char. Also, this is broken, but I don't know when that happened. Buffer insert char, right? So do we... Do not handle this here. Let me look actually, let's see, where is somewhere where we insert a large amount? Let's actually just look at the undo, right? So, oh, it's delete multiple char. That's what the issue is. Okay. So, and what were we? It was in, yeah, what's this one? There we go, right here. So, delete multiple char. But I don't know if it creates a char. No, it's not there. Okay, no. Yeah, so that might be more complicated. So I'll actually, I'll get the undo working, probably off stream. Just, I'll look into it. It shouldn't be too difficult. I have most stuff set up. I just don't remember exactly how it all works. But I will commit it. And then, that, and that, in visual. Push that, and then I will actually modify the readme as well to add that. So let's look at visual, right? So this is, what it is. Let me make a new table for visual. It's like this. There we go. So you don't need this mode since we know it's visual now. Okay, so keybind is that. And that. And then create selection. That is backwards. There we go. So we do that. Let's indent this properly. There we go. Okay, so I should be able to commit that. And push that. Okay. Hopefully it worked. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. So then there's gonna be a few more as well, but those are the main ones. So that is useful to have. Let me try it out. So I can do like that, indent it. Perfect. Undo does not work. That's okay. That was a little weird. Yeah. Okay. So that is cool then. So the other thing I need to do, what was that? Yeah. So it was I. Yeah, that's what it was. Capital I. Let me start. So I don't know why it disappears after a time. I need to look into that. But this does not work. So yeah, so we just set it to start. That's not what we want. So we want to I'm gonna set it to the start of where actually how does it work in mid? Yeah. That's what I thought. So we want to set it to the first character basically. So e space let's just set buffer cursor equal to start, right? And then while e space buffer data buffer cursor. Then we'll just do buffer cursor plus plus. We also need to check buffer cursor is less than current content. So let's do that actually. Let's just set this to current, right? So row current equals current sorry. And we'll do that. So we won't go to the end of the row. Okay. That should be it. Alright, so let's see. So if I do that, we're going to use something. Where I go here, there we go. That is exactly what I want. Yeah, it just goes to the first character. That is perfect. Okay. Yeah, so let me get rid of that warning though. So you know what that. Position. So I was coming it up because I'm gonna work on that because I would like it to actually work. But I will. And there's no warnings, and this works. So that is very cool. So I am gonna have to probably end the stream now. So obviously I'll commit this right. Fix. Okay, push that. Okay. Yeah, should be pretty good. So got actually quite a bit of stuff done today. So next stream, probably go back to the scripting language. That we've been working on, but this did work, so that's pretty cool. I got a lot of stuff done with this, so that is very cool. Some stuff that I've been meaning to do for some time. Yeah, so that is gonna be it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.